Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to another chess game. I've adjusted my displays. Hopefully this is a little more pleasant of a view than just like a blank notepad background. Last time we did not play against Stockfish. We played against Ufim and we won pretty handily. So today we'll play against, start playing against the 800 level bots. We'll start with Cheng. I'm just going to go in order so that I don't forget anything. Make sure all my settings here are reasonable. Make sure I have to actually mate it and it doesn't just give me a forfeit. And let's go. Alright. We're playing white, so once again I am going to flip a coin and see which side I'm playing. And it is a queen's pawn opening, so it looks like we're playing London. Alright, they mirror. Reasonable. Just do the standard setup. Nothing here seems too interesting. Okay, that is a problem, obviously. We'll drop my bishop back. Alright, and then I guess we'll continue as normal from there. The only piece left to develop now is my white bishop. And these two squares are both guarded, so I guess we'll have to go, like, here. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do this, because, yeah, there's only one defender. And I have two attackers. I have two defenders. So that was free for me. My knight's now pretty safe here on e5, at least for now, because he can't really push the f pawn anytime soon without shuffling some stuff around. So I'm gonna go ahead and move like this. Alright, so knight to e4. Bit of an aggressive move here. What I notice, I have two pieces attacking the square, and he's only got one defender. So I think, I think I am good to take this, right? Like, knight takes, pawn takes, bishop takes. Is there some trick after that? I don't think so. Yeah, I'm going to take with my knight first. I don't know if taking with the bishop first is the right play, but alright, I think I will let him, like, I don't really want to be the one to take here with my bishop, take this knight, because if he takes my bishop, then he's getting the dark square bishop, and I mean, obviously, the dark square bishop is the last valuable one in this position, versus if I take, I'm going to be taking with the light square bishop. So I think what I'll do instead, I'll just queen c2, kind of x-raying, putting more pressure on this knight. Hopefully he takes it, and also clears space for me to castle queenside, castle long. And I dropped a pawn. Pretty cool. I guess I was up a pawn, so it's not a big deal. I do have to move my queen out of the way now, and also not drop the g pawn. So we'll do a move like this. And we'll take. Alright, so that is a check. Let's think about this. I think g3 is probably going to be my best response here, because h pawn is protected. And that'll also protect the f bishop, the dark square bishop. Like, I don't know what he would do after that, so I think that's a good play. Alright, queen retreats, and so now I should have calculated some of the moves there in between better, but that does end up netting us a knight, I believe. So all's well that ends well, I suppose. I do want a castle now. I think I'm probably better castling long. I don't know what I'm basing that assertion off of, but it is one I will make nonetheless. Alright, he still has castled, so that's something I can maybe start looking at. This H pawn too is something like I need to start putting pressure somewhere. If I just like my first thought is bishop f3 hitting this pawn. I don't think he could move the queen to protect it. So like, how would he protect it actually? Like if I do bishop f3, what is the counterplay there? Another idea I have is like bishop h6, just looking to trade rooks, because the rook would be pinned to the the bishop would be pinned to the rook there. And I mean, after we trade bishops on this square, I would be taking back with the queen. So I could theoretically duck back then and pick up that pawn as like a bonus. I think that's maybe a good idea. Let's try that. Alright, pushing the pawn forward. Alright, I mean, if, like, I think, is that, if I take with the bishop, if he takes my bishop, I get his rook then, right? Like, I take his bishop, if he responds then with the capture, then I pick up the rook, and then he gets my bishop. And then I get his pawn. That seems like a good trade. So I think... And then if he takes, then I can just move my bishop out. If he takes the bishop back immediately... Yeah, if I take, then he has to take the bishop back immediately, like this, and then I can just move my bishop out of the way. Still a bit unhappy that I didn't see... I'm not seeing these moves ahead of time, but... Yeah, moves that ahead of time... We'll duck back the bishop, and like I said, we'll put pressure on this pawn. He's got to defend it now. I'm going to go ahead and I think at this point I'm going to centralize my rook, kind of set up a battery with the queen, looking at this e6 pawn. Having to move my knight. I think the best square, it might be like d3 for my knight to like open up an attack on... The problem is like having the queen in front is a little too dangerous. I could duck my queen back to e2 and attack the h pawn like that. So if I duck back, the natural response would be queen, like h7 or h6, defending it. Then if I take, then I take the pawn, and if they take back with like the queen, then I would get the queen. No, that wouldn't work. Because then they get my queen with his rook. I mean, I think the right way of doing this would be h3, just preparing g4. Let's try that, I think. Dropped another pawn, pretty cool. Wait a second. Can I not? If bishop c6, whatever his response is, I have queen takes queen after, don't I? Like, he couldn't take my bishop, and he couldn't interpose with anything other than his own bishop, which I could just even take then, right? Let's try it. And then like that. Alright, yeah, and now we won his queen, and then at this point we're happy just to trade down, right? So I'll take... Why are you resigning? I thought he disabled resigning. We gotta play this to the end. Go back here, give a check. We need to get our rooks back there as well. So, I think I'll go like this. What we could do, let's try getting that pawn perhaps. Or maybe let's just duck this back and we'll just shuffle things around here to break through. Because I kind of want it to... Can I set it so it doesn't... I don't think I can set it so it won't resign mid-game, but... At this point, we just need to, like... Go like this. And I don't feel like trying to set up a proper mate. So we'll just keep pushing. And there we go. Alright. So once again, I feel like I made a couple blunders here, but overall we did still win after it dropped its queen, so let's go ahead and let's get an analysis on how this all turned out. Alright, so the analysis is in. Looks pretty good. I think the Stockfish just isn't a huge fan of the London, is why we kind of hemorrhage a little bit of points here at the start. When it gives up a tempo, I get a little bit. And then this is considered like a pawn's worth or a point's worth material. I don't exactly know why, but I guess just because it like weakens his king side a whole bunch. I keep saying his, I don't know why. You should have taken the knight trade, I guess. And then this is the big plunger. Right, this is where it just like drops a knight, right? 2.52 points lost, yeah. Then I dropped a pawn here. Right, that's where, because they moved their pawn to f5, attacking the e-pawn, and I forgot that he was attacking the e-pawn, that they were attacking the e-pawn, so then they just took it. So a bit of an oopsie moment there on my end. And past that point, like, I agree with, like, what it says in the graph. Like, at this point, I feel like I'm not too concerned about blunders anymore. Like, as long as I'm still questionably winning, it's not a big deal, I don't think. Alright, let's look at the numbers here. Cheng 800 is estimated as being 1291. So it added like 500 points. And estimates me at 1872, so I'm probably more like 1372. Like, all this says I'm about like mid thousands, like 1500 or so, which is probably reasonable. Like, that's a common place to plateau, right? I don't know how much the rest of these stats matter, like complexity, efficient mobility, pieces, activity, exchange tendency. In any case, let's go to the move by boot move now. Everything is good. My first real problem, right, when I dropped that pawn, yeah, that checks out. And then here, is this just like a technical error? Like, I don't see why these two moves are considered to be, like, so far apart. Like, what is the optimal response here? Because it lets me, like, that pins my queen to my king, but can't I just trade? Like, I'm up material at this point, right? At this point, I'm up a knight, but don't I just, like, trade queens there? I don't know. Not too big of a deal. Also here, I should have just gone for the pawn break, I guess. Like, I thought that would be like losing a pawn, but I don't know. It's not too big of a difference anyways, so. And then, so, okay, I dropped mate here. I should have went with more aggressive rook move. That makes sense. Like, I'm just playing. I was very kind of slow with my end game here. I could have probably, I could have for sure closed it a lot faster. I could have closed it within 12 moves of here, I guess. Like, I guess this is the first time I was inefficient with my checkmate, but overall, from here on out, I'm not too concerned. I never, like... Apparently that was a pretty serious blunder. I mean, it's not too bad. I missed the mate in 7, but it's still a decisive victory. So yeah, we'll call it there. That's Cheng 800. Next time we will be playing Ufim 800, I think. Yeah, I want to fight every enemy, every bot from like every level, so. Ufim is next, and then 1000 is when we start getting more diversity, which, I mean, is good. Like, if I'm that far above these bots, it's probably better we get through them quicker, so. And I did forget to turn off resign draw by engine. So in any case, we'll call it here. I think this went well. This is a better way to like be sequencing these videos, a better place to be starting in terms of enemies. And for now, we'll call it here. And as always, thank you for watching.